Okay, so you got here a Razer Origin glass file. I don't know. I've been using a glass file for sanding the nubs on my builds for a few years now, and I've heard about this product being used by a lot of people. So I was really interested in upgrading some of the tools that I've been using. So here's what I've been using before. It's just a regular old cheap glass file you can find anywhere online right about now, and it does the job. It you can wet sand the nubs and polish it, and you just wash the parts after and start painting. Basically, that's it. It's easy to use. You can see through it. It's cheap. If you drop it, it breaks. You can replace it. So it does the job. Now, this one though, this one's pretty expensive compared to the regular glass file. Let's see if there's any difference. So you got the box for it, and if we open it up, there's just a card with thank you note from Gunprimer, and you got the tool. So it's just about the same length as your regular glass file, and it looks like it's the same width. Yep. It's just got this additional plasticky logo cover on top, but it feels a lot different. See, if you slide your finger through it, it's a bit rough compared to this one. So I think this one's much finer, but we'll see. So it does look a bit more special, thinner, premium. And I also got the dust brush pocket, also from Gunprimer. So they say that this one you can't use for wet sanding. They're not recommending it for wet sanding. And here it is. It's just a small brush. I thought it would be bigger. I honestly thought this was gonna be bigger, but it's so small. Look at that. It looks like a really small makeup brush. So it's supposed to wipe the dust out of your glass file. So we're gonna see if we can compare what I've been using, which is this regular old glass file, with this premium product, the Razer Origin glass file. So I'm gonna get a part from my current build, which is the Fats Verka, and I just have I have the same part here, which I already used some of my nippers to cut off the file, the nub, and as you can see, we still have some of the leftover nubs from the cut for the nipper, and one of them we're gonna sand with the regular glass file, and one of them we're gonna sand with the Racer glass file. So let's see. We're gonna test the regular glass file first. So if you can see, there's a small nub there, and here, and here, and we're gonna try to sand them off. And it's the same with the other part. It's got 3 nubs, also in the same locations. We're gonna use the razor on that one. So here we go. So let's just try and sand this one. See, it takes a while to really get through it. This is really fine if you try and feel it. So it takes a while to eat into the nub. Okay. Alright, so it's eating into it, but it does take a lot of work to sand these things. There you go. Okay, so there you go. So the nubs are basically they're smooth. So you just wash it, take out the dust. Should be good to go for painting after. And prime that. And let's use this one. See if there's a real difference to the price. So start with this one. I don't know if I'm doing this right. So I think it's cut through the nub. I can still see some white parts there. Let's try it cleaner. It's not really getting it. So it's the first time I'm using this. Still got a lot left there. Oh no. Alright, let's try the other one. Hey, this one. This one. Oh, look at that. It just ate that one. Yep. So this one still has a little white part there, but it's basically smooth. So if you paint it, that's not gonna show up. So I think this one's got a higher. This one's got a different kind of grit on it from your regular glass files. I don't know if the circles are bigger. From what I know about glass files, they're they're shaped like flattened out golf balls. The the indentations are inwards. They're not protruding out like on a regular sandpaper. So the cleanup is really tough for this one. But it does the job it's advertised to do. It does cut through. It does cut through the nubs. So I'd say if you're really interested in having an easier time to do nub cleanups for your builds, and you want to invest in a tool that you think would last a few kits or for a long time rather, um, I'd say just yeah, it's a good investment to get one of these, because on my first impression it does the work of your regular glass file, but it does it faster. So here's the one for the regular glass file, and here's the one for the razor on the right, and you got fewer scratches if you look at it closely. This one's smoother, the one on with the razor, and for your regular glass file it does scratch the plastic a bit more, even if the grit seems to be finer. So that's one of my impressions for it. So I'd say it's really a lot more expensive than this one, because this one you can get for like half a dollar here in our local currency for one of these, and this one is like how much is this? 25, 30, 30, 30 or so dollars for one of these. So it's a bit more pricey. It's a bit more of an investment, but if you really want to have an easier job cleaning up the nubs on your builds, you do a lot of straight builds, I think investing in these early would be a good thing. So for me, I've been building for a few years now, and I just say I need to save a lot of time sanding the nubs, because I've been having a hard time using these uh, regular glass files lately, and with kits that have an insane number of parts like this current build, the Verka Full Armor Double Zeta. It's it's gonna eat a lot of your time to keep sanding with a weak file like this one. So hopefully I get to finish sanding the nubs faster using this tool, and that's my initial impression for this. So I'll leave it at that, and I'm gonna get I'm gonna get some new tools in as well in a few days, and when that comes in, I'm gonna be upgrading some of my nippers. So we'll do a quick review for that too, and I'll share my thoughts, my first impressions on how that goes. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you gain some insight if you're on the fence in getting one of these for your own set of tools. So for me, if you're able to save up enough funds for an HG kit or an RG kit, this one costs one of those regular high grade kits or a smaller RG kit. So I think it's pretty much worth the investment. As for this one, the tool that they're using for brushing off the dust on it, it does work, but if it's really embedded into the glass file like that, I think I'm gonna need to use some sticky tape on this one to get those out. 'Cause it's not coming out. So maybe you should get just a regular makeup brush from the women's section in a drugstore or department store. So this thing, it's a bit more expensive, I'd say. Maybe you're paying for the brand name. So I'd say this one is not that worth it to get. If you buy a razor, just get a regular makeup brush. They might have the same kind of product there, and it would be cheaper because you don't have to buy a branded one that's for the hobby. All right, that's it. Hope you learned something, and see you in the next video.